All right, we are live in the crypt once again, and it's been so long since one of my favorite people in the world coming on the show to join me from one of my favorite my favorite convention the last 2 years going,
Heck yeah.
Scarefest. Always treating me and my family, my parents, what you guys are just too awesome to them. Welcome to the show again,
Awesome.
event superstar promote manager, whatever the lady who just does everything.
Everything.
Yeah, yeah. The the right hand lady of Brandon Griffith, Adrienne
Yeah.
Deakins Elder. Or you can get rid of the Deacons and it's just Adrienne Elder tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever floats y'all's boat. Thank you so much for having me on the show tonight. And we were talking about this earlier. I've done the show several times now, but there's always three hosts. Like
I
normally we have
know.
Brett or we have Beatrice, and tonight it's just us. So I think we're gonna run amok on here.
I know. This could get out of hand. This could
Yes,
get really,
definitely.
really out of hand. We'll try to behave for everybody out there.
Yeah. Sorry,
Um,
guys. No promises.
we'll do our best, but yeah, we can't make promises. Not tonight. But yeah, you guys made it. I mean, you guys have made so many announcements, but I think yesterday's announcement was really cool.
Yes. Probably
Especially,
the
yeah,
biggest announcement that we've had so far this year, I think, as far as, it's we're getting close to the con, and having such a big name drop, just a couple months before the con was kind of a big thing.
yeah, and it's a legacy guy, and it's gonna be his last, probably his last con ever. And
Yep.
what a way to go for your last con, a Scarefest, Mr. Clive Barker. So Hellraiser fans like myself, as you see Pinhead behind me by Lonnie McCollum, give him a shout out. We'll have them at Scarefest this
Heck
year.
yeah.
But one of my favorite franchises, it's up there with Michael Myers. People don't know it, but yeah, I'm a huge, huge Hellraiser fan. And you guys brought the Cenobites too,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
Barbie Wild, Simon Bamford, Nicholas Vince, and they are the coolest people ever.
They
They are
are.
so down to earth.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we've had Nick and Barbie before. I I can't recall. I'm pretty sure that Simon couldn't make it the last time that we had them, but I've been talking with him directly this year, working on his logistics and things like that. I'm so excited to meet him. He's so nice. I mean, they all are. But yeah, it's they're awesome. So I'm really happy to have them.
And they are so close too. Like they, when I saw them, when I met them in Chicago, which Brandon was
Yeah,
at, and I mean, they couldn't have watching them together. You could see the chemistry and genuine love they have for each other, and they just love getting together.
yeah.
And Doug Bradley's like the father figure, very serious. They are the part. They are the ones who are just
They're the
they're
wild ones.
yes, yes,
They're the wild ones. Yeah,
yes.
and
Barbie Wild is wild.
right.
She's awesome though. Super, super nice.
Definitely, definitely. So yeah, I mean, we had the big Clive announcement yesterday, and another big announcement. Now, this isn't guest related, but for anybody that is watching this, if you're planning on coming to Scarefest, I just made a post tonight. We're going to sell out Saturday and weekend passes this year, which we thought early on, when we were getting everything, getting our tickets up, and we noticed our early sales, and so we went ahead and we put on our website that Saturday and weekend would be limited, because we just had a feeling with the way that the sales were going, and I mean, people have shocked us even beyond our best guesses, or like our most hopeful guesses, as to how the ticket sales were going to go. um, we may be sold out of weekend passes within the week, and
That's
Saturday,
insane.
yeah,
That's
Saturday
insane.
passes we may sell out of before October. So I can say with confidence we probably won't have Saturday admission sales at the door. They'll all be pre-sales, so you won't be able to get tickets at the box office on Saturday. Um, and that is with huge expansion further into the building. So last year we had Technically, it's the third floor. I know that's really confusing, but the third floor and then half of the second floor. This year, we've got the entirety of the second floor. So we've doubled our space down there. And even with doing that, we're still going to sell out Saturday. So thank
I
you.
don't even know how you fit the. I mean, it's so great, and I'll watch Brandon because I'll go outside, and he loves to watch the crowd
Yeah.
come in, and when you see it coming in, and the amount of people coming
Yes.
to Lexington, Kentucky, which is, I don't want to say it baffles me, but
No,
the
right.
amount of people because the first time I didn't know a lot about Scarefest. It was 2022, I believe, was my first year,
Yeah.
and it was kind of a last minute uh, table, and it worked out amazing because I was
Yeah.
like, oh well, Mick Strawn was going, Nick Benson were going, and their buddies, and I was like, all right, well, let me check it out. It's not that, it's only 9 hours or whatever,
Right.
7 hours, I forget. And so let me go and check, and it was like, holy cow, because I didn't think, I'm thinking Lexington, Kentucky. I've been to how big is it gonna, and it was massive, and I was so
Yeah.
excited. It really saved my butt that year too,
Yeah.
and sales and stuff. It did. It was like, oh my God, yes.
Good.
So I love you guys.
Well, we love you all too, and having your booth. Last year I was talking to someone a couple days ago. I don't know how much information I can say about this, so I'll just keep it kind of vague. But I've been working with somebody who's going to be filming a movie, and they're going to be filming at Scarefest. Oh, hi, Scotty. Yeah, I have some of the comments pulled up here, so I can see them.
I got to remember to share it out too. If you go to my personal page and you want to share it to them, because it's just so, like we were talking before, it's so bad
Yeah.
with StreamYards now. I think I'm either going to go directly to Facebook some nights and directly to YouTube, because it's becoming more limited in access for people.
Sure.
So.
But yeah, I think one of the things, I was talking to the person that wants to come and film at Scarefest. I was talking to him about some of the really cool booth setups that are at the show, and one of the ones that I mentioned by name was you all. And I said, last year the news came in and they were doing a segment on us, and they were walking around the floor, and they're like, oh, let's stop here. And they wanted to, film their segment in front of the Doomsday's Krypt booth, because it's so awesome to look at, so that's great.
I hadn't even finished setting up, and I was really honored because I just put the stuff together, and I got to give shout outs to the guys who put on the amazing stuff at the table, like Michael Toth, who's here, which I do have some skateboard decks we'll be showing off since he's sitting there. I don't know, you H.H. Holmes fans out there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we got a few of them ready. And then Vinny Cucarato does the big Myers pieces, Lonnie McCullum, Jesse Aarons, Daniel Cruz, all these guys that help make the table. It makes it easy for me. And it was cool to have the news crew there. And then she even came later on in the day with her son. So I gave her a couple prints. She's like, I'm the news lady. Yeah, and she asked me to go to the newsroom to go in and check it out. So that would have been really cool, but I had to get back home.
Sure.
To work. But yeah, they were really cool, really nice. And I thought it kind of blew me away. Oh, there's the news people. And they're like, hey, can you set this up over here? Can you? Because I was like in the middle, and yeah, sure.
They're
so
like,
yeah, that was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have an absolute ton of information that we can talk about Scarefest tonight. And like we were saying before the stream started, Brett is normally the one that wrangles us and keeps us on topic whenever we're, talking. He'll ask me questions about the show, and he'll go on and look and see, what we've been posting about, and ask questions. So we don't have Brett's guidance tonight. So let's talk about some of the cool things, maybe some of the new things that are going to be happening, at and around the show this year.
You guys got a ton of stuff going on this year. Some ton of new stuff. I can't remember it because you got so much. If you're doing story time or bedtime stories, that was so much fun.
Yeah, we haven't announced that one yet, which there's a lot going in. So there are a lot of fun parts of my job, and there are a lot of parts that are making me go very gray. um, and logistics and planning out, where things are happening and when they're happening and who's going to be in charge of them. Um, those are, some of the more challenging aspects of the job. And so we haven't decided on doing bedtime stories yet. Oh, hi, Chris. And if we are going to do it, we'll be getting that announced, but that's probably not going to happen this year. We do have a lot of cool stuff going on. So one of the brand new events, this isn't technically a Scarefest event. It's a promoted event, but we're not the ones running it. We partnered with a local business, Bud's Gun Shop, and they are going to be hosting Danielle Harris, Scout Taylor Compton, and Tyler Main at their shop on Saturday. And they're going to be doing a Night of the Zombies, which is an awesome event. And I'm so jealous that I cannot go to it. Because I absolutely 100% would go to this event if I wasn't actively working. But basically, they have an indoor shooting range. They've got lanes, and then they have a tactical range. And typically, the tactical range is only for law enforcement use. I don't think they've ever had it open to the public for like courses, or if they have, they've only done it once or twice. But they got these amazing zombie targets that are reactive. So like when you shoot them, they bleed, and it's really cool. So you get to, you go in, you have safety training, and then you and a range officer go into this course, and there's like flashy lights and zombies, and you actually shoot the zombie target. So you go through this tactical course. And then after the course is over, you have an option to have some lane shooting time. I think they have a fully automatic weapon that you can shoot. Just really cool stuff. And on top of getting to hang out with Danielle, Scout, and Tyler, you also get a selfie with them. If you do any lane time, you can take your paper target and get a selfie with them. And also, there is a giveaway going on. It's a very limited event. I think there's only 60 spots. It might be 50. There's 50 or 60 spots. And for every person that buys a ticket, you get entered to win a Mossberg shotgun. And it's like a $1,200 shotgun. So really, really good odds of winning this awesome piece. So that's happening on Saturday night. You have to go to Bud's Gun Shop KY to get your tickets. It's Thursday. It's 10/17. So yeah, if I said Saturday, I was misspoken. It's going to be Thursday. It's one of our launch events. I'm starting at the top, going to work my way down through the weekend. So Thursday night, that starts at 6:00. Also on Thursday, we have a Killers on the Rocks bourbon tasting event with Kane Hodder, R.A. Mihailoff, Steve Napian, Felissa Rose. That starts, like I said, Thursday, I think at 5. That's sold out. Unfortunately, there are no more tickets left for that. And then we have our horror launch party, which is horror trivia on Thursday night. So lots of stuff going on, and that's before the con even opens.
You guys are already doing like the Super Bowl pre-game stuff, the pre-game activities before the actual event. But with everybody going, it's cool that you guys are kind of have some extra things going on for a 4th day. So it's almost becoming a 4-day event in a sense.
Yeah, Thursday. And we've talked a little bit about that. I don't foresee having anything going on the floor on Thursday in the coming years, because it's a lot. The vendors have to load in on Wednesday if you do that. But we definitely are going to keep offering like the pre-show events. Last year we did Greg Nicotero dinner, which we will be offering again this year, but we've switched it to the other side of the weekend, so it'll be Sunday night. So Thursday, you've got the Buds event, Killers on the Rocks, horror trivia, and then Sunday night, you've got the dinner. So you've got things going on from Thursday afternoon all the way up until Sunday night.
That's just crazy. I mean, I love the shooting thing, shooting at zombies. I wish I could do that because
I know.
Well, you got to do it at a sheriff's office. You got zombies. I'd be just sitting there going, Coral, Coral. I'd be having the Walking Dead flashbacks going through.
Exactly. And when we talked about that, like it would be really cool. And I hope they can offer this event every year, but it would be really, really cool if we could get some Walking Dead actors to go and take part in that event. I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be cool. You had the governor last year. He was cool. I actually got to meet Chandler Riggs, Carl, this year. He's a real nice guy.
He is.
Yeah, very, very nice. He'd be a great guest in the future.
Yeah, we're going to have to get him back at the show. He was great. I'd love to have him back. Okay, so let's see. We've talked a little bit about Thursday. Let's see. Friday, we're going to be hosting. This is after the show. As soon as the show closes on Friday and they get wrapped up, we will be hosting Casualty Friday, which is the podcast that Kane Hodder, Tiffany Shepis, and Felissa Rose do. And they've never done it with an audience. So they normally, they record, they do their episodes, and they're normally not ever together when they do it. And then they've never done it with a live audience. So that will be a first for them. And we're so excited to make that happen. We tried last year, and Tiffany couldn't make it. It was last year or it was the year before. But so really excited to have the Casualty Friday podcast. They've got great banter if you ever go. And Scotty says, spoiler, one of the giveaway guns this year will be Rick's Colt. So that's the other thing with the Buds event. They're also going to be a vendor at Scarefest, and they're going to be doing giveaways all weekend. Now there won't be guns at the event. We can't have any firearms like at the convention center, but you can sign up to win. So still pretty cool. And all of the guns that they're giving away are guns that were featured in horror movies or shows, like the Python. Rick uses it. I believe it's don't kill me, Scotty, if I get this wrong, but Scout uses the snub nose version of it, or maybe it's just the shorter barrel in Halloween. And yeah, so there's several that they're going to be giving away during the weekend. So we've got Casualty Friday, and then Friday night, our free event is Scarioki. So we've got Scarioki going on, and then we also have the horror drag theater that happens at the convention center right as the show closes. So we've got a drag show, we've got the live podcast, we've got Scarioki. And Scarioki doesn't wrap up until like 1:00. So there's all night long. If you don't want to go to bed, you don't have to. You can stay and sing some tunes.
Is Adrienne going to be belting out some beautiful Whitney Houston or something?
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No way. Now, some people do a really, really good job at Scarioki. So it's always a great time if you have a chance to go over there and check it out. I'll always try to go and hang out for at least an hour so I get to actually see some of the people that I talk to all year, because I don't get
I know. I mean, I was excited. I mean, even last year I saw you maybe 3-4 times, which was great seeing you.
Yeah.
It's just like, even with me with the booth, you just get so busy. You're so busy and helping everybody. And I mean, you don't even have time to drink your Dr. Pepper.
I know. I got to keep those stashed, throughout the floor. So, man, okay. So Friday, let's see. We wrapped up Friday. Saturday, let's see. Oh, okay. I thought I saw some comments. My notifications are going nuts on Facebook tonight after we made that ticket announcement earlier. Saturday night, we have Talk Scary to Me Live, which is Danielle Harris and Scout Taylor Compton. So they did that at the show last year, and it was a huge hit. So we put them in a little bit bigger room this year. They're going to be doing it again. Tickets are selling like crazy to that. So really excited for them to offer Talk Scary to Me again. And then we also have our VIP party on Saturday night, and Ari Lehman's band is going to play.
First Jason.
First Jason's going to play at the end of the VIP party. We've got DJ Mac is going to be kind of hosting our VIP party, and I think we're going to have a horror comedian kind of open up the night. So pretty cool stuff to do at the VIP party on Saturday, and that's going to go until pretty late, probably at least midnight or 1 o'clock. I can't remember. 1 o'clock, I think. They're playing from like midnight to 1.
I'm looking forward to seeing Ari. I saw him like 3-4 times last year. It's such a good dude. The machete he carries around with the kid Jason.
Yeah.
That's from us. Michael Toth did that machete.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Big shout out. But Ari's that's awesome. He's coming this year. I didn't expect him to be there. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah. And then let's see, for special events, we've also got, I totally skipped over this one because it's also Friday night, but we have a ghost hunt, a celebrity ghost hunt. Now, I know a lot of the folks that follow us these days are mostly just horror fans, but we did start out as a horror paranormal, like 50-50. We used to be half horror, half paranormal. Now we're like 90-10. But there is still some paranormal. So for the folks that like that, that want to have a chance to investigate a really cool property in downtown Lexington. It's a historic site. It's the Kincaid House. It's called the Living Arts and Science Center, and it's going to be hosted by Rob Thompson and Dave Schrader, and that starts at 9:15 on Friday night, and it's going to be super cool. So that is one event we have been trying for the last couple of years to get a cool spot to do a ghost hunt, and just it doesn't work out. Either they want a $10,000 for 2 hours, or they don't want the publicity of if somebody finds a ghost, they don't want to like lose business because people think that their place
is haunted now.
Yeah. So super excited about that, and that was again Friday night. I passed over that one. And then Sunday after the event, we have the Nick and Norman's dinner with Greg Nicotero. So that will be going on. I think that's at 7 o'clock on Sunday. Have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's like 7 to 9. And everybody I talked to that did that event last year absolutely loved it. So that's just 20 minutes. That's just talking about this the special event.
I mean, you could almost spend a whole weekend just going on just through all the guests and everything you got. Honestly, you could spend almost the convention because you guys got so much. Anybody who's never been to Scarefest, all these things she's announced, there's no way you're going to be. It stinks if you miss something like a limited thing, but there's always something fun to do. There's always great people around. The atmosphere is always good, and if you can't make it to one thing that you wanted to do, there's always something cool and fun to do, like the karaoke with everybody. Sometimes those big parties with everybody are a lot of fun and always have a surprise or two that happens when those go.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and the thing is like we try to give a good mix of, some things are a little on the pricey side, but they're unique experiences that where else are you, going to go and do a distillery tour? Let's see. We all have movies at the movie theater at night again, like a couple years back. Yeah. So Kevin, that's a really great question. And that is something that we are still waiting to hear back on. I think I can say it now because it's not going to happen. But one of the things that we were really holding off on was to see if we could work out something with Terrifier 3. And now I know that we're not going to be able to do that now. So I could say like we're moving on from that notion, but we have some really cool ideas for some other things that we might be able to get our hands on. Maybe do like a celebrity introduction, kind of Q&A thing. And if we're able to do that, we'll be getting that information out as quickly as we can. Right now, I'm just waiting to hear back from the management team at the movie theater. That's the only thing I'm waiting on. So still on the radar, still definitely a possibility. And, that ties in perfectly to what we're talking about, because we try to give a good mix of things. Like, some people are more social. Some people want to go and they want to check out the film festival. They want to check out, movies, and kind of have more of a relaxed kind of atmosphere. Well, I can't say relaxed, because the type of movies that we all like are not very relaxing. But Barbara, looking forward to the Nicotero event. Absolutely.
Legend Nicotero. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a great dinner to be able to sit down and enjoy dinner with Greg Nicotero.
In his restaurant, like all his
Yes.
stuff on the walls. It's a great place to go, just to have dinner in general, but to have dinner with Greg, like that's another one. I'm really, really wish I could check that out. And actually, where it's the timing, I may be able to pop in for a few minutes this year. I couldn't make it at all last year, but hopefully, for a little bit this year, maybe. We'll
Just
see.
clone yourself.
Yeah, I know, that's what I need to do.
Get like 2 or 3. Yeah, that would almost cover it, right?
The working Adrienne, the one that gets to go and enjoy the things that we put together. Yeah, exactly.
Just like multiplicity.
Yeah. So, in addition to the special events and the ticketed events, we want to have things going on at the show that people can participate in that don't cost money. So we spend a lot of time trying to, get people connected, bring folks in. We have a phenomenal special effects guy. His name is Rob Whalen, and he puts together these kits to teach people how to make prosthetics. And he does an introduction to prosthetics class on Friday, and he does an intermediate class on Saturday. Those are going to be going on at the show this year. We've got the film festival. We have a full weekend booked of speakers, some podcasts that are going to be, doing some things there. All of that's already posted on the site. Tonight I was working on the panel schedule to get some of our celebrity Q&As posted on. I know Barbara's getting really excited about that. Panels are her favorite thing. She'll comment on it here in a second. But trying to get that panel schedule finalized. Of course, those are free to attend. We have an amazing moderator, Joe Lewis, Bonehead Weekly, who moderates all of our panels for us. And some pretty cool ones shaping up this year. I think we're going to have a director's panel this year, which is super neat, because we've got some awesome directors coming to the show. Yep, panels are priority. So really, really cool.
This is a longtime friend of mine for like 30 years. He knew me before the Grays and everything. He's from Massachusetts. It's in Lexington, Kentucky. Eric, it's probably like 10 hours away. You should
come on down.
Maybe, come hang out. You can hang out with Doomsday's Krypt.
Yeah,
hang out with us.
I'm trying to get buttons made. Let me see. I had a button here somewhere, but just like the pin. Here it is. Okay, so not this obviously, but like a button that you can like pin on your shirt. This one is the I Ate a Bug Club, because I ate a bug at 4-H camp, so they gave me a pin for it. But it's one of my most prized possessions. But anyway, I'm gonna have some pins like this made that said I celebrated my birthday at Scarefest weekend. So if you come down, Eric, you can have a pin to commemorate your hanging out with us on your birthday, because I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's see.
Dr. Pepper. You can bring her Dr. Pepper. She's giving away pins. If you bring her Dr. Pepper, you might get 2 pins. You never know.
Yeah.
Especially if she can't find one. That'd be like me without my monsters. Right. I don't know what I'd do.
Man, I used to drink Monster every day.
I unfortunately do. I've been trying to cut down on them, but the more I try to cut down, the more I drink of them. So I just stopped trying.
Yep. And no, I had to go cold turkey. And it's one of those things, man. Like, I quit drinking those like 5 years ago, and I still want them all the time.
They're addictive.
I
mean, they are. I call them crack in a can.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I never opened one up and drank one. And ever since then, I mean, I don't know how my insides, I could only imagine what they look like.
Right.
But.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. And this is the same way with Dr. Pepper. Like, could I quit drinking it? Yes, I could. I have before. I quit cold turkey. It was the worst 90 days of my life. but I did it. And when I'm ready to quit something, I'm like, okay, all right, I'm done with this now. But yeah, so the Dr. Pepper came back because I couldn't justify not drinking it anymore.
That's how I am if I quit something. I can't like plan it and have it planned because I'm never happening. Either I'm just ready,
Yep.
I'm done. And I've quit things cold turkey like that before where it's, but
Yeah.
if you plan it, it never happens. It never
Yes,
happens.
exactly. Because the one thing that I'm a really, really good planner. I'm also a really, really good procrastinator. I can talk myself out of anything, pretty easily with couch potato and tacos, and yeah, we're good. But see, and this is where Brett would rein us back in. So I'm trying to be good. Let's talk about some other free things you can do at Scarefest. So one cool thing that we're going to be doing this year, because last year, if I got a complaint last year, the complaint that I got was there was so much going on and so much stuff everywhere. People wanted a place to sit down. They wanted a place where they could sit down and relax. And my dad and my grandmother and some of my aunts and uncles came, and several of them were like, man, I'm old. I made it about halfway across that floor and I was looking for somewhere to sit down. I'm like, all right, I get it. So this year, one of the cool things that's going to be on the floor is in the front of the room near Christine. Last year, there was a grab and go Levy station where you could get like sandwiches, chips, drinks, just, like a little snack station basically. And right behind that, we are going to have a large seating area. And in that seating area, the Lexington Gaming Association is going to come in and they're going to bring a pretty big library of board games. So if you want to take a break for a few minutes, grab you a little snack, and then, play a board game, if there's a game there that you're interested in but you've never played, they're going to have volunteers there to help out and, teach you, do a playthrough of the games with you. Also in that area, we're probably going to have a table set up for our Scarefest trading cards. And I know that you know what our Scarefest trading cards
Oh, yeah. You guys always have the coolest stuff, even like the banners. I just absolutely love them. The vendor passes and tags are just next level.
Yeah. Or, well, I just have here. I have one. Let's see. This one's a guest badge, but this is one of our badges from
I've been peeking around here. I think I always got mine just sitting right over here somewhere, one in the suitcase. Yeah, I love those things.
Man, I went, I don't know where it is. I just had it, but there's so much stuff in my office. I just went to CreepyCon recently, and on our vendor badges for Scarefest, it said Scarefest on it, like printed on it. And I was like, man, they've got their crap together way more than I do, because there's no way we could be so organized that we ordered enough badges with people's specific names on them. So I just say vendor. Sorry, guys.
I don't know how you'd be able to do it with everything that goes on and all the things that change too. You never know what happens in the last minute, especially something the size of what you guys got.
Right.
I mean, I think you guys do an amazing job considering the volume that you guys deal with and are able to handle it. And
gray hairs.
Oh yeah. Well, you guys all work hard, and you work incredibly hard. I know Wes works hard. I know Brandon does.
It's a huge team effort, and that's another thing. Like I made a post the other day, and it's impossible to tag everyone that helps out, because there's so many people that they carry very essential functions, and it's not like something that most people would think about, like, oh, this takes a ton of planning to do this thing, but it does, and there's someone that does that. And we have a phenomenal team of people. I mean, even just our fans group, I think we're at almost 22,000 people in our fans group. And I did a poll the other day asking people, how many years have you been coming to Scarefest? And it was like, this is my first time. Last year was my first year. 2 to 5 years, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, and then all 16 years. And 25% of the people that answered the poll, this will be their first Scarefest.
Yeah, I've
So
seen a lot of first timers in the comment section. It's my first time at Scarefest,
yeah,
and the questions that they have, and I find it great. Yeah, I
yeah.
know you get a lot of, but the excitement for new fans going to cons is
Exactly. And
great.
we have, a team of people that like there it's not even like an official team, but we've got some and some of them are watching tonight. Barbara's one, Chris is one, Diana, Christy. There are others. That's why I don't like to say names because if I leave somebody off, I don't want anybody to feel like what they're doing is less important. But those folks, they're constantly in there. They'll answer the same question 15 times in a day, and they'll be as polite the 15th time as they were the first time, even if it's something so simple as go to the website and it's right there at the top of the FAQ. um, you know and that makes a huge difference because if you go to other cons, other big events, you don't see a ton of that. You don't see a lot of transparency. You don't know who the promoters are. You don't know who the admin team is. Like, it's just, this is the show, here's where you buy tickets, come in, spend your money, and leave.
Figure it out,
Yeah.
But I mean, for new con people, the fact that your team and you guys always take the time to, I mean, you guys really answer every post and every comment. For somebody who's new and probably nervous going to a con
Sure.
for the first time, what to expect, all this stuff, to know that there's people that are looking out for them and there for them to answer the questions will lead them to doing more, coming back again
Yeah.
next year where it's not, where they might be like, I don't know if I want to go now because I'm
Sure.
not feeling
I mean,
comfortable.
yeah, because you've got, if you have 10,000 people showing up at the same time to go into the same building to do the same things, and nobody knows where anything is or what's going on. You got everybody bumping into each other and walking around and asking questions, and that can be, for somebody who's got nerves of steel, that can be a hard thing to walk into. But if you've got even a tenth of the people that are coming in there and they know, like, all right, this is where this is the more informed people are and the more confident they are coming into the event, the more comfortable they are, and the more their energy is good and they're happy, and the way they experience things is going to be better. um, so even things as simple as answering, when do the doors open 15 times in a day, it does make all the difference. So, yeah, I spend 12 to 16 hours a day right now on the show, and that it's a lot, but there are so many people that are putting in hours and contributing to the success of the show, and for no other reason than they love it, and you've got this sense of community, and we want to take care of each other. So it's really important to me that people know that we got the best team of people you could ever
And
ask for.
plus, you guys do the lives on Fridays, and sometimes
Yeah.
Adrienne surprises us with a random stream, like
Yeah.
yesterday with a really cool announcement. But you're a lot of times you'll do the guests, but a lot of those live streams is another great place to ask
Sure.
these questions
And we've
too.
got tomorrow. We normally do council episodes like the first weekend of the month. And so we'll be doing a council episode next weekend. But tomorrow we're doing an FAQ episode because we have so many questions coming in right now, and so many big announcements that have been going on. So tomorrow will literally just be like the live last night. I did about an hour of answering questions, and that's what we'll be doing tomorrow on Scarefest TV. We'll just be on there answering questions, and most of them are repeat questions. But the people that are asking, it's the first time they've heard it, so always worth it, to give that information out to people, and just be as transparent, as open with folks about things as you can. Like, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, and this is why. And it goes from people thinking, well, they're not doing this, for whatever reason, and then once they understand why it's not happening, it makes more sense, and it makes people more comfortable. But what got me started on that whole thing was the Scarefest trading cards. A couple years ago, one of our artists, Terrence Muncie, came to us with this idea to do a series of limited edition trading cards, and they get hidden all over the con. So this year we're going to be doing series 3, and I've got some. So each one is different, and it's got different artwork on it. This year we're doing a 80s theme. So this is what the front of the cards look like, and then this is what the back look like. And these are just hidden all over the floor. There may be some in the cafeteria. There may be some at the concessions stands at the bars. There may be some on trash can lids. So they're all over the place. And once you collect all of the cards, you can turn them in for a special card. We'll have a place set up where people can trade, like, oh, I have 2 pumpkin heads. Do you have a ghost face? And in addition to the regular series, there's also a vendor series. And the vendor cards will only be at that vendor booth. So you have to visit that vendor to get their card. We do a couple special cards every year, and then the vendor cards in the regular series. So last year, I think we had 410 people collected a full set.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't realize there was that many sets out there. I knew a lot of people were, and people love it. It's one of those things, if you don't feel like standing in a line, or you don't have a lot of money to spend, or you bought that big item, there's something to do that doesn't cost you anything, and you're getting some cool stuff.
Exactly. So the trading cards, that's one cool way to interact. In addition to that, probably somewhere near the seating area, and also some at the Scarefest radio booth, will be people doing friendship bracelet exchanges. So, if you're able to make some bracelets, or I think some folks have made some magnets or keychains, like just cool little horror items, they'll be doing, trades. If you don't know about it, last year, if people didn't know and they didn't have anything to trade, people are still gonna, give.
We got plenty of keychains coming in the Krypt.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got some skateboard ones, the mini skateboard ones Mike just sent, and we got some other cool ones that Thomas Bruce is working on. So yeah, we're gonna have the keychains this year for everybody. We're gonna be trading.
Heck yeah, absolutely. So that is a really cool way, to make friends and just, again, just have something to do where it's not just focused on like, come in, spend your money, and get out. We've got things going on all throughout the building, all day, every day. The film festival, the speakers, the panels, the entertainment stage, photo ops. Like there's things going on the second floor. There's things going on the top floor, off-site, after hours, just all over the place. And we're 45 minutes in, and we haven't even talked about guests yet.
I know. Well, like I said, we could probably go just 3 days straight just talking about everything that's going on.
There are over 100 guests this year.
Give me more.
I know, it's absolutely nuts. Yeah. So
Denise Crosby, Miko Hughes, you got the Pet Cemetery coming in.
We don't have Miko booked.
Oh, you don't have Miko? Oh, nope. I thought you did. Well, you got Denise Crosby, and you got Pascal, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head for whatever reason.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to meeting him because he had to cancel in Chicago, and I got a deck I need him to sign.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Brian Crenshaw. Is it Crenshaw? Not Crenshaw. What's his? Oh, God, I'm the worst with names.
Let's see. We've got, all right.
Brad Greenquist. That's who it is. Sorry, my bad.
Brad, yeah. Let's see here. All sorts. All right. So I was going to say, I've got, I pulled that one up, and then we were talking about, what were we just talking about? We were talking about
Fright Night. We were talking about that earlier.
What's that?
Fright Night. I'm just thinking of I mean, you got so many genres going. You got the bunch of Leatherfaces going. You got Caroline Williams from TCM2, which I'm really excited to meet as well.
Yes. So Oh, okay. So for Pet Cemetery, we've got Dale Midkiff, we've got Denise, Brad, Andrew. Oh, there's one more I thought. Is that everybody from there? And then we've got, let's see, Fright Night. We have 7 from Fright Night.
And you got the chicken, Marcy Darcy.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a cool one. I showed you the deck Mike was working on earlier.
Yeah.
That thing's looking really cool.
Yes. Oh man, what up? We've got of course Scream.
Child's Play.
Oh, yeah, we've Child's Play. So we've got 4 from Child's Play. We've got 9 from Scream, 13 from Hatchet, but I don't think everybody's announced on Hatchet yet. We've got several more announcements to go to, so I gotta be careful because it's getting late and
you don't want to slip something out.
Yeah.
I'm Phantasm excited about that. I can't wait to meet Dick Warlock. You know me, he's missing on my Myers bus, so that's something that has to happen.
Yeah.
Having the Christine car there is super cool. I mean, I know people love to get their picture taken with that.
It says the live video ended, but it shows that we're still
live. Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, we might have did. I'd say we're still live. I don't know. I think we're still live. I have no idea.
If you all still hear us, comment, because mine says that the live video has ended, but my computer's also about to die, so I don't know how much I trust it.
I don't trust anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It says we're still live, I believe. So I have no idea. It's been acting weird. Like I was telling you, I don't know if it's StreamYard or Facebook or running through it. That's why, I love the option of being able to run Facebook and YouTube at the same time. But if it's taken away from the live streams, I'm just going to have to go with one or the other or just alternate.
Well, now it's showing the video on my Facebook. I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. It told me. It says the live video is ended. It will be posted shortly. Oh, okay. Barb just texted me and said, you're still online. But yeah, so we've got big Scream reunion, Fright Night. We've got a ton of the Jasons. We've got a ton of Michael Myers going to be there. We've got some Nightmare Before Christmas with Chris Sarandon and Ken Page, which I'm really excited about. When we were about to do, I like put Easter eggs in the office behind me sometimes. Like right before we did the Chris Sarandon announcement, I put Jack behind me back there with his little Christmas hat. And before we did the limited edition masks, I hid one behind me.
You stole one, huh? Yeah, those are nice. That's a nice part 7.
Yeah, super excited about that. And Kane is offering his so he's never done this before. And I was talking to the guy that made the mask about, would it be possible to fabricate half of a mask so that Kane could do his unmasked the picture, because he's never done that before. So we're going to be offering that at Scarefest, and he's never done it. So when we did our Clive Barker announcement last night, Kane called me like 3 minutes after I announced Clive on the live, and I was like, hey, I'm live in the fans group right now, and like over half the people that have been watching dropped off, but there were still like 50 people on, and I was like, do you want to say hi to everybody? So we got like an impromptu few minutes with Kane, and we were talking about how after 15 years we're still finding ways for him to do first time things at the show. Excited for Dick Warlock. I saw that comment. Yeah,
for Pumpkin. I always forget that he was in the series. Even Doug Bradley was in the Pumpkinhead 4, was it? I forget which one.
Right. Let's see. But yeah,
you got Blair Witch Project coming.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yep. So Blair Witch. What else have we got going on? There's a ton.
So much of everything. I mean, you guys just have so much. You got Richard Brake on, everybody's favorite.
Yes, Richard Brake, Jeff Daniel Phillips. I know they're buddies. They do a lot of shows together.
Rick Hurst from Brain Damage. That's Rose McGowan. I mean,
Yeah.
The list goes on and on
Yeah.
with everything you got. I'm just looking through it, and every time I do it, it's just a Shannon Elizabeth going, 13
Yeah.
Ghosts, scary movie, and then you got Officer Doofy there, Dave Sheridan.
Yeah. So
He's
we'll have
always fun.
there may be one more coming from a Scary Movie,
Ooh,
but I don't know, because he would be coming with a vendor, so we haven't nailed that down exactly yet. But yeah, all sorts, man. Just lots of craziness going on. Contest. We've got the costume contest, a $500 prize for first place on that. Horror trivia, I think, is a $200 prize. Those are both free to enter. We're also trying to figure out something cool to do with like Ghostface versus Michael versus Jason versus Leatherface, like to see which team wins. So, we're trying to work something out to where we do some sort of like see how many people of each cosplay we can get there on Saturday,
that'd be
and
a fun.
yeah, see who
You
wins.
got the big four, really.
Yeah,
I mean, you got Jason.
right,
You got. Well, we don't have Freddy this year. Not
right.
much yet. Yet. You never know what happens. I can't. I don't
No,
know anything. But
not this year, but
yeah, I didn't think it was a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of year. I mean, you got so much of other franchises, but you got Freddy, you got Scream,
right,
you got. I mean, not Freddy, Jason, Michael
right.
Myers. You got Ghostface. Uh, you
Yeah.
you got a pretty good battle royal going on right
Yeah, and
there.
then Kane's Victor Crowley. He's going to be doing
Yeah,
his Victor Crowley in costume, which he's only done that once before.
really.
So we'll be having Hatchet 1, 2, 3, Victor Crowley, and then the whole franchise. Which the reason that franchise photo op isn't up yet is because there's going to be 13 people, and that thing is almost $800.
Damn.
So if they're
Save
a
those pennies, folks, because you're gonna
yeah,
need it for that. And that's such a great picture to not get too.
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, if there's any mega fans out there, this will be the photo op to get. I don't know if there's ever been a Hatchet reunion quite this big before. So
I haven't heard of one.
yeah.
I mean, I know they've had
Oh my
quite a
gosh.
few of them, but not to the point you have.
We didn't even talk about Phantasm. We've got 10 people from Phantasm coming this year.
I mean, I'm glad you got Reggie going. I didn't think he was. I
Yeah.
didn't think he was going to be doing it anymore,
Reggie
and
is
that's what I'd
whole,
heard.
he's the whole reason that we're doing the Phantasm reunion, because Gigi and Reggie reached out to me, personally, and they were like, "Hey, 45 years, let's do this thing." And I was like, "Oh, well, we're pretty stacked. I don't think we can do anything real big. Maybe just a couple people." And then 8 other people from the franchise contacted me, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't say no, I guess.
And I think you made the right decision there because nobody's getting younger anymore, and it's good for the fans to get to see the
Yeah.
Phantasm cast because it
Well,
has such a loyal following too.
yeah, and Trick or Treat Studios is going to be coming out with a Phantasm lineup this year. It's going to be releasing around Scarefest. I don't know. I don't think you'll be able to buy the items there, but you'll at least be able to order them. They're doing a tall man mask. They're doing the little hooded, like the little dwarf, the little hooded monsters. They're doing a mask of them, and they're doing Phantasm spheres. So Mark Phillips with Nightmares Unlimited, he makes Phantasm spheres. He makes Freddy gloves, and they got a prototype of one of the spheres from Matt. Mark, and they are going to be, producing those. And not just that, but Mark is also going to be bringing a quad barrel shotgun. He's going to be bringing some space gates. So there'll be some cool props for the photo op. That's another thing we didn't talk about. Photo ops. We got Jonathan Brett coming in the Jeepers truck. We've got, we're trying to get the Phantasm to Cuda down for the
That
show.
would be awesome. That's my favorite movie car right there.
It's an awesome one.
Yeah.
We looked into buying one. You can get one for a cool $1.2 million if you're interested. So we're just gonna invite the guy that already owns his to come down. Another super awesome photo op that I don't have pictures of yet, but I'm going to start talking about it soon because if you're a David Naughton fan, if you're American Werewolf in London fan, a friend of mine, his name's Joe Parrish. He owns Blackgate Studios. He did the Terminator, this thing. He did the Terminator.
Oh,
He did Jaws, the big giant Jaws that you could get in. And the year before that, he did the Krypt Keeper. So Joe is going to be building the
he
werewolf.
did the Nightmare on Elm Street house too, didn't he? In
No,
22?
that's Mike Nelson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Mike did that, but I think their booths were pretty close to each other the year before. So yeah, so let's see. So Joe is going to be making the American Werewolf in London scene with the werewolf. Like, and he's doing a full size werewolf prop, and with like the brick alley and then the sign and everything. And you can get your picture with that with David Naughton.
That's awesome.
So,
That's a must-have. That's a must-have for an American Werewolf in London fan.
Yeah, so
Gotta
I'm
have
really
that.
excited about it. I can't wait. I saw the werewolf last night, and he was looking a little less fierce than normal because his head is done, but his body's still getting shaped, and they were working on his feet. So he was on his back with his legs straight up in the air last night because his feet are curing. So
Well,
I was like, "What happened to the werewolf?"
he's getting himself in con shape. Give him a little break. His
Exactly.
transformations aren't what they used to be.
Yes. I remember years ago when we had David at the show. It might have been one of our very first shows, maybe our first or second one. And he was talking about how many days it took to film the change scene in the movie. And that was super cool, getting to hear him talk about that. It's been several years since we've had David, so really excited to have David back. I mean, just a stellar, amazing lineup of folks in general, that we have this year. They're great people, really, really good to their fans. And it's just, if you love horror, you have to come to Scarefest. And I'm not just saying, I may be a little biased, but if you love horror movies, there's going to be something for everybody. Check out the website, scarefestweekend.com. Check out the guest list. We have an interactive floor plan on there. All of our vendors are already plugged into the floor plan. You can go and check out their websites. You can go see Doomsday's Krypt booth. What's your booth number, bud?
420.
Yeah, it is.
I was just talking to Lonnie about that. I mean, like, guess what? It's easy to find my booth because it's 420, and you can't forget that number. Classic.
Yeah.
And I'm excited this year. We got some really, really cool new stuff coming.
Nice.
Some of the old stuff, of course, that people still love. And we still got a little something coming extra that we'll talk about in the future. So I'm excited for Scarefest. It's my favorite. It really is. And there's so many amazing cons I go to, but Scarefest has really laid out that red carpet and always been nice, not just to me, but everybody. I mean, you guys are so good to the amount of people that you deal with.
Sure.
Just like we were talking about what new people going the first time. You guys handle it the right way. And it's never easy running a con and at the size of a con that you guys do to keep it personal. I think it's incredible, and keep up the awesome.
Well, thank you. That's really important to us is keeping that vibe, that like small con feel on a giant scale.
Well, we got to definitely do this at least one more time before Scarefest. Maybe not a few weeks before, because your hair will be like jet. White. Yes, white, and So I can't thank you enough. I know how busy you are, taking the time to sit down and catch up with me, catch up with everybody.
I love talking about Scarefest, and you're one of my favorite people to talk to Scarefest about.
I appreciate it. I love talking to you. I love the whole Scarefest family, and my family's excited to see you guys again. So
awesome. Well, yeah, if anybody has any questions, check out our website, scarefestweekend.com, our Facebook page. join our Scarefest weekend fans page, because that's where we do all the impromptu lives and we talk about all the cool stuff coming up, like our special shirt that is going to be a pre-order only, online only exclusive from September 8th to the 22nd. It's our zombie shirt from pre-COVID. It's my favorite shirt that we've ever had. We're doing a limited re-release, but you can only get it online. We're not going to have it at the show. But we'll be posting that on our social medias. So, short window, only 2 weeks that you have to order that. So make sure to check that out. But yes, thank you so much for having me, and we'll do it again soon. It's been fun.
Absolutely. Guys, check out Friday night Scarefest TV with Wes and Adrienne, and you get those announcements. You want to catch those announcements early. And if you look at the site, it says more to come. So I know she's been trying to bite her lip and not accidentally slip up and give us a spoiler, but tune in, guys, Friday night. Check out Adrienne. Check out Scarefest, Lexington, Kentucky, October 18th through the 20th. I'm not sure when the next show will be. So far, it's Tuesday. Road to Memphis Monster Con.
Heck yeah.
Same time, same place. And we'll see you guys soon. Peace out.